After Adam and Eve were sent out of the Garden of Eden, the world was no longer a place of ease and abundance. The ground was hard, work was painful, and life required struggle. Yet even outside the garden, God did not abandon humanity. He continued to guide, watch, and speak to his creation. Adam and Eve began life anew, and in time, Eve gave birth to her first son. She named him Cain, saying, "With the help of the Lord, I have brought forth a man." Later, she gave birth to another son and named him Abel. The two brothers grew up together, yet their lives unfolded in very different ways. Cain worked the land. Day after day, he labored in the soil, planting seeds, breaking the earth, and waiting for crops to grow. Abel became a shepherd. He spent his days watching over sheep, guiding them gently, protecting them, and caring for the weak among them. Both brothers knew God. Both understood that everything they had came from him. When the time came to worship, each brother brought an offering before the Lord. Cain brought fruits from the land he had worked so hard to cultivate. Abel brought the firstborn of his flock, the best portions, offered with humility and faith. God looked with favor on Abel and his offering. But he did not accept Cain's offering. This moment changed everything. It was not the type of offering that God rejected. It was the condition of the heart. Abel offered his best with trust and reverence. Cain offered something, but his heart was not surrendered. Cain became furious. His joy disappeared. His face fell. Jealousy began to take root in his heart, and bitterness quietly grew. Seeing this, God spoke to Cain with patience and mercy. He warned him that sin was crouching at his door, waiting to take control. God told Cain that he still had a choice, that he could master sin instead of being mastered by it. But Cain refused to listen. Rather than correcting his heart, Cain allowed anger to guide his thoughts. He began to look at his brother not with love, but with resentment. Every moment Abel was blessed became fuel for Cain's jealousy. One day, Cain invited Abel to go out into the field. There, far from their home and far from watchful eyes, Cain turned against his own brother. In a moment of rage, he attacked Abel and killed him. The first human life was taken. The first blood was spilled. The first act of murder stained the earth. God came to Cain and asked a simple question, "Where is your brother Abel?" Cain answered with deception and defiance, "I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper?" But nothing can be hidden from God. The Lord declared that Abel's blood cried out from the ground. Because of what Cain had done, the land would no longer yield its strength to him. The very soil he once worked would resist him. Cain would become a restless wanderer, unable to settle or find peace. Cain trembled in fear. He believed others would kill him for what he had done. Yet even in judgment, God showed mercy. The Lord placed a mark on Cain, a sign that no one was allowed to take his life. Cain then left the presence of the Lord and wandered the earth, carrying the burden of his sin, his regret, and his lost relationship with God. This story is not only about the first murder. It is about the danger of a heart that refuses correction. It teaches us that worship without sincerity is empty, that jealousy can destroy even the closest relationships, and that sin always begins quietly before it becomes deadly. Yet it also shows us that God warns before he judges, and that his mercy remains even in punishment. Every human being faces the same choice Cain faced, to humble the heart before God, or to allow sin to rule within.